It says there, amid prohibition laws, domestic sexual violence thrive nationwide. And yes, this is facts. There is more and more of these stories that we hear every day. And of course, it makes you imagine how many of them that we don't even get to hear about. There's currently more and more missing women, in Nigeria. And it's scary. It's not a good, it's not, good statistics. It says here, that 70 to 80% of victims are under 15 years old. 90% are abused by people they know. And of course, we're talking now not just sexual, violence. We're also talking about domestic, abuse and domestic violence. At least 1 in 10 married women has been the victim of domestic violence. About 3 in 10 knows someone who has been a victim of domestic violence also. So this is happening not just to the singles, but also to people in marriages. It's not good statistics at this point, and yes, a lot of work needs to be done. Lagos has apparently the highest reported cases, 5,624 cases. Abia State or your Kanu Bauchi, of course, have also been mentioned here. All right, let's move on. Still on The Guardian, Tinubu laughs last as Supreme Court affirms victory. Facts and documents which were not pleaded in the petition have no place in deciding the dispute between the parties. It is my view that there is no merit in this appeal and it is hereby dismissed. And that is from Justice Nyang Okoro. Federal government made 200 billion naira on approved payment in 2019. ICANN reveals. Interesting. And what happens next after ICANN reveals? There's going to be the Auditor General's report at the end of the year. Will any of it be taken seriously? Will any probe be done? Will anyone be asked to maybe resign from his management of office if we don't want to go all the way to prosecute, or to get the ICPC or the EFCC or whatnot? Or maybe not. PIA, Senate investigates non-implementation and exit of IOCs. Court quashes proscription of IPOB as a terrorist group. That's a very interesting story there. An interesting turn of events concerning, the IPOB. Varsity student nabbed for killing and dismembering girlfriend for ritual. And I don't even think that is, the way that story should be written. I think for now, until, he has gone through the whole legal process and confessed, or there has been proper investigation before, our news media can then be blaming ritual killings. I think that is a very cheap an easy way out, to create a headline, which might be completely false. It should be said, that the person has been nabbed for allegedly killing his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend or another person. But calling it a ritual killing or ritual motivated killing may not be factual, and I don't think the print media should be doing that, because that doesn't even make sense to the average person. All right, these are the stories on the Guardian newspapers this morning. We'll move away from here and see what's on the Punch newspapers. Actually, not much, just one story on the Punch this morning.
All right, on the Punch newspaper, Tinubu triumphs after 171-day battle. Nigerians present wish list to president after Supreme Court victory. Judgment shocking. Dashed Nigerians' expectations, says PDP Labour Party. And of course, there's a big congratulations there by Tompolo, who has, of course, brought over the front page of the Punch. That's all that we have on the newspapers this morning.
It's also brought over the front page of the Daily Independent this morning. It says there, congratulations, Mr. President, on your Supreme Court victory. High Chief Government Ekpe Mupolo, a.k.a. Alias Tompolo. He, of course, is a very famous former Niger Delta militant leader who was a part of the Niger Delta Amnesty Program and, got fellow militants to be paid by the Nigerian government after the crimes that they allegedly committed, which including kidnapping and oil bunkering and destruction of Nigerian government facilities in the Niger Delta region. They were called Niger Delta militants, stroke freedom fighters. They had different names, Movement for the Emancipation of the Niger Delta and a couple of other ones. He was part of, that space. Eventually then became a government contractor after he was giving contracts also by the Goodluck Ebele Jonathan government, I believe, to protect Nigeria's oil pipelines, not prosecuted for the crimes that the Niger Delta militants allegedly committed against the Nigerian state, but instead seemingly rewarded with government contracts back then. That's, the Nigerian state. That's a Nigerian story. But that person today is in the front pages of the news congratulating the current president, Bola Tinubu. These are the stories that we can share this morning. The Guardian, The Punch, and the Daily Independent. I'm guessing every other Nigerian paper, if you look across them, might have pretty much the same thing with Tom Polo congratulating President Tinubu, I beg your pardon.